20 some odd years ago, this small pond in Crofton, Maryland marked the first known sighting of a northern snakehead. Since the discovery, these fish have spread into every tributary across the Chesapeake Bay, growing to weights over 20 pounds. And I'd be lying if these crazy, air-breathing fish didn't offer some of the most insane sight fishing opportunities in the country.
Pulling it. He ate it. Whoa! Look at the size. Giant. Giant. Absolute giant. Got him. Good one, good one. Oh my gosh, it's big. It's a giant. It's an absolute giant, dude. And that is an absolute tank. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing. That is a tank. And that is how you start a video right there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we will be chasing big northern snakehead. All right, let's put the motor up here. And we're gonna get way up into this creek. And we have a high tide right now, so these fish are gonna be pushed way up in here. And then we'll work our way out with the tide as these fish pull out with it. And they could be, I don't know, 50 yards into this stuff, man. These fish are crazy. They do some really, really weird things. And you'll see, it's just so much fun to catch them. All right, y'all, there's a big snakehead up in front of me, cruising along. Pulling it. He ate it. Got him! Good one. That took us all day. Holy crap, that was awesome. He was sitting up so shallow. All right, y'all, we've been back here in the backwaters all day. And there she is, a beautiful, beautiful snakehead. That is, and she is really, really, really pissed. So let's get her back in the net here for a second. And we'll give you guys a release. And she might jump out. Oh. Here she goes. Dude, we have literally been fishing all day back here, and we finally got one to eat. They have been so picky all day, and I switched to that NOMAD COBRA minnow, just like super subtle presentation, and that thing did not hesitate at all. So we're gonna keep going down this shoreline and see if we can't find any more real shallow like that. But there's gotta be, oh, big one right here, coming right at me. He's on it. Look at this thing, dude. Got him! God! Biggin'. That's a giant. That is a Megasaurus. A Megasaurus Rex. That is a Megasaurus Rex. Oh my gosh, yes. Dude, she is straight up not liking this. That is a beast, man. Holy crap, look at the size of that thing. It's about to frick out. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Look at the size of that head. Look at the size of that fish, man. It's a beast. Absolute giant snakehead on the frog. She just tore my hand apart on that. And while we were literally handling that fish in the net, still in shock, another one, big one, cruised 5 feet in front of my kayak. And this fluke, I mean, they're just on, dude, they like cannot resist it. It's just going right in their lap. And they just can't resist. There's a bunch of little bait fish that, like, as I'm going through, popping up off the bottom. So I'm like, dude, this thing is gonna smash. And it is smashing indeed. And we're gonna keep cruising because there's a bunch of them in here, like loaded. Loaded. That was a Megatronsaurus Rex. A Megatron, you heard me correctly. A Megatronsaurus Rex. They're just cruising like all over the place, man.
All right, y'all. Well, as you can tell, we started this video off hot and heavy with some snakehead action. And we've been fishing for 3 days. We haven't had great conditions, to be honest. We've caught a few very big fish and been able to scratch off a few, but no perfect condition days. We've had cloudy weather, some wind, and the temps have been pretty low. But the next 3 days is going to be 80 degrees, sunny with no clouds, and no wind. So that is going to be the trifecta of what we need to hopefully get this video some epic giants on the kayak. But a little bit of background on this fish, dude. When they first got introduced, people like had news articles out and things like that. These things are gonna crawl in your yard and eat your kids and pets, and like you had to be careful if your bus stop was near the water or something. It was like the weirdest phenomenon that the news took over and like made these fish just seem like the devil worshipping fish or something, and they were gonna terrorize you as you walk down the road. But to be honest, my take on the whole snakehead thing is like, these things are here to stay. If you want to bow fish them, go ahead and bow fish them. If you want to catch and release them from a kayak, go ahead and do it. If you want to kill them from a kayak, hook and line, do whatever you want to do. Just make sure you're respecting the fish and other fishermen, because if you're going to leave, 50 dead snakehead at a ramp without even filleting them, I think that's kind of dumb. Like, if you're going to kill something, use what you're killing and eat it, or take it to commercial market, whatever you're going to do. But don't just like throw a bunch of dead fish around. That stuff is just weird to me. I don't know why people do that. But that's besides the point. We're here to fish. And this fish is actually what got me back into kayak fishing in 2018, 2019. I had an old Ascend sit-in kayak. And I got that when I was like 11 or 12 years old. And I pulled it out of the garage and started just snakehead fishing when I was home from college. And it's still one of my favorite things to do. So that is what we have in store, as you can already tell. But hopefully tomorrow and the next day, we'll be able to get the footage we need to make this a totally epic video. We've already gotten some cool catches, but I'm going to shut up now. We're going to get on the water tomorrow and hopefully crush some big fish. Hopefully none of them come and crawl on our kayak and eat us like the news says. But other than that, I got nothing for you. We're going to wake up early, gas up, get some ice in the Buffalo Gear fish bag, and get out there and hopefully slay the giants that we're looking for.
All right, y'all, so basically the tactic with this kind of fishing is I just scour the shoreline and look for big dark shadows, and these fish will come up, sit up top. They'll also gulp for air. That's how I saw that first one. So that is all what we're taking into consideration as we slowly creep down this back bank here. See if we can find any more. Just spotted one. Get it. Get out of there. Oh no. Another dink. But a pretty one. That one has something wrong with its eye too. These things are weird, man. We'll give you guys a good old-fashioned pedal drive release there. These things are definitely active. We haven't seen any big ones yet. We saw one decent one, but those were both pretty small. But we're just using the little COBRA minnow like we already talked about. And there's a little hook slot on the nose. And you can just run it through these little holes on the bottom of it for whatever size hook you're using. And that is what we're getting them on. So let's keep on moving down the shoreline. There's definitely snakeheads in here and they're definitely hungry. We just got to find a really big one. I think there's one sitting right here. Got him! A little bit of a better one. That's a bigger fish right there. That's a better fish right there, son. I don't know if this one's gonna even let me hold it. It is so angry right now. Oh, there you go, y'all. Another beautiful snakehead. She's really mad. And we're actually going to take this one home for dinner today because these fish are amazing to eat. And deceasing these things is super challenging, to be honest, because they're so freaking strong. Rip the gills, and then I just stab them with my pliers through the top of the head and the brain. Kind of gory for you, but that's how you do it. And that is what it did to my hook. I don't know if you can see that or not. That is what it did to my hook. These things are so strong. They death roll like freaking alligators. And they're just such a weird fish, man. Such a weird fish. Okay. Alright, y'all, we're tying a new hook. I use about 2 or 3 foot of 30-pound leader for these fish. You could probably do 20. I just had 30 on from fishing for reds the other day, so honestly, like, I don't really have too much of a preference on leader. A lot of people just fish straight braid for these fish, but I'm a saltwater guy, so I like to always have a little bit of leader. I feel like it just helps. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's go find ourselves a big one. I want to find a true giant today. We're using a 3000 Tsunami Salt X on a 7-foot medium rod today. We got about, I think it's 15-pound NOMAD design Pandera braid, 30-pound leader like I said, and that's the setup as we run into a branch of some sorts. And we're gonna keep on cruising down the shoreline. Giant, absolute giant. It's huge. It's huge. Oh my gosh. That's the biggest snakehead I've ever seen in my life. Biggest snakehead I've ever seen in my life. Holy crap, that's a monster. I don't even know what that is. That thing is huge, man. I saw him come up for air. I couldn't even speak because it was so big. It's huge. Oh my God. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. It's huge. That thing is so big. Oh my gosh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, everyone. I'm trying to calm down here. This is quite easily the biggest snakehead I've ever caught or seen. I did kill it because it's so freaking big. I want to weigh it when I get home, and it's going to be good eating meat. But look at this thing. I measured it, and that thing is 34.5 inches. Look at the mouth on this thing. Look at that thing. Oh, so big, man. So big. It's still kind of kicking a little bit. Look at the size of its head. I mean, look at the size of that thing's head. That thing is huge, man. A very rough measurement in my kayak, it was 34.5. It could be longer. But look at that monster, man. It doesn't even fit in the frame. That's an absolute tanker of a snakehead. Oh my Lanta. Look at that thing. Crazy, crazy. Biggest one I've ever seen right there. I mean, that thing is so long. If it was full and fat, it could be close to breaking the world record, I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably just BSing because I'm excited. I'll probably rewatch this and be like, that thing is nowhere close to a world record. What is this idiot talking about? But that was sick. Like I said, I couldn't even talk when I saw it. It came up for air in front of me, and I was like, is that a carp? I was like, dude, that's not a carp. It's a frickin' snakehead. And I flipped right in front of it, and just, I mean, it's huge. It's like the whole length of my freaking kayak. In here with me. I'm about to show you on the head cam. Freaking from my freaking chamber all the way to the front. I mean, that is just gigantic. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It is freaking gigantic, man. Look at that thing. That little bait has just been absolutely crushing fish. I mean, every time I come out here, I'm just sight fishing. I haven't even really used the frog anymore because it's been so effective. But we still have a good amount of fish back here, so let's put this one away. See if there's any more giants lurking around. I was not expecting that. New spot, first time fishing it. Oh my goodness. Look at this frickin' snakehead. This is insane. Holy crap. What a fish. The deck of the kayak is so frickin' slimy. Gosh. I just saw that thing's mouth open on that fluke as it sunk in its face. And I was like, holy crap, that thing's massive. We got that thing in like 2 seconds. I would say they're not really known for their fight, honestly. It's more for the eats and the way you catch them for me. They don't really fight all that hard, honestly. Some do, but you usually get them in within I would say 15 seconds is the longest I probably ever had fought one for. But holy freaking crap. That was glorious. Absolutely glorious. Giant snakehead. Giant. Another hammer. Another hammer on the frog. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Please get in the net. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, huge on the frog. This is the craziest day of snakehead fishing ever. That thing was fired up to eat that frog. I did not think there was any chance that thing was going to eat after it came up to it. Literally came right up to my kayak. I flipped it in front of it, came back up on it. That's why you never give up. Once you see them, you got to be patient with them sometimes, man. On the freaking baits, salty 150, I had a dang backlash. I was so scared. Oh! That's another beast, man. Okay, this thing has been freaking out for like 2 minutes. I knew it was gonna freak out when I grab it. Another freaking tank on the frog that time, dude. Holy smokes, look at that freaking beast. Another close to 30 incher, and she's about to freak out. I saw her up on the shoreline under a log. She came out on the frog. The wind was just barely pushed my kayak in a full 360. She came all the way on the frog. I was like all the way behind my body, full 180, looking at that thing. Turned back around slowly, pulled the frog out from her, put it right back on her head, and she smashed the crap out of it. Look at the size of that snakehead. Look at it. And she wants to freak out. We're gonna let this one go. I have more than enough freaking meat for myself with that giant we kept. Just gotta get this frog out. Ow, God. And that is a Taylor Lures Model E, I believe. It's the mouse, and it's been my favorite frog for snakehead this spring by far. It works, you kind of work it like walk the dog action, and it just has an erratic motion that these snakehead tend to like. Get that backlash out and get back to fishing. Holy crap, these fish are fired up today. Okay, there she is. Let's see if she likes this. She doesn't even barely even fits. Whoa! I guess you can only release little ones from like inside the kayak like that. That was insane, man. Alright, I think we're going to be throwing the frog the rest of the day. Alright, y'all, we just got into a new creek here. I'm going to try to sight fish some more snakeheads. Same tactic, fluke frog, search and destroy. Got him. Giant. Oh my gosh. Dude, this one is just fat and big as can be. Oh my gosh. Holy bejeez whiz. Oh, look at the size. That snakehead, dude. Oh my gosh. And we are actually going to release that one. Probably a 13 or 14 pounder. Because we just have too much meat. I just filmed what I thought was going to be the outro, but we were coming over here and just saw an absolute monster just sitting there. So what do? I cast this freaking little fallout minnow at it, and what's that thing do? Completely annihilates it. Dude, what a day. What a freaking day. That's what she fell on. That little fallout minnow. Right in her face. Can't resist it. Cannot resist it. Alright y'all, well, we were just sitting here reminiscing, and I want to show these snakehead one more time before we end this video. And these are absolute gigantic snakehead. This one was about 34.5 inches. This one's probably mid 20s, high 20s, but this is an absolute giant. And that is just awesome. Barely fits in the dang frame. And sight fishing fish is something that most anglers in the country love. Now, when it comes to bass fishing, you're really not sight fishing with frogs, you're throwing over pads. But when you can sight fish with frogs or flukes, man, like you can redfish or snook in Florida, in these crazy backcountry areas, that is what it's all about right there, man. And if that doesn't make you want to like and subscribe, I don't know what else to do. What I do know is I love this, and I'm going to keep doing it because snakehead are awesome, very underrated, pretty controversial because they're invasive, but if they're here, I'm going to be catching them, that's for sure. But we're going to put these back in the Buffalo Gear fish bag. We might mess around, try to catch a few more, but for now, we're going to put these away and get out of here. Cool. He ate it. Whoa. Look at the size. Giant. Giant. Absolute giant.